It was my first week at a new high school. I had just transferred, so I didn't really know anyone yet. Everything felt new and uncomfortable, and I just wanted the day to end as quickly as possible. When I walked into my classroom, there was only one empty seat left in the back corner, right next to a really quiet kid. I sat down and introduced myself, but he didn't look at me or smile. He slowly turned his head and whispered that he already knew who I was. I laughed it off, thinking he was just awkward. But something about him didn't feel right. Throughout the class, he didn't write anything or open a book. He just sat there staring at the board without blinking much. At one point, I dropped my pen and bent down to pick it up. That's when I noticed his desk was completely scratched up with deep marks. In the middle of it, someone had carved a warning telling others not to talk to him. When I looked back up, he was already staring at me, and this time he was smiling. Later that day, I asked one of my classmates about him. As soon as I mentioned the boy, the guy went quiet and asked if I was really sitting next to him. When I said yes, he told me that the seat was empty for a reason. He didn't explain much more, and that only made me more uneasy. That night, I kept thinking about it, but I tried to convince myself that every school has rumors about a strange kid. The next day, when I walked into class, he spoke first and told me I shouldn't ask about him. I froze because I hadn't told anyone that I asked around. When I questioned him, he leaned closer and said that people don't know the full story. I didn't respond and tried to act normal, but then he slowly pushed a folded paper toward me. Inside it was a list of students' names, and at the very bottom, my name was written. When I asked him what it meant, he calmly said that I was next. At that point, I got up and changed my seat without caring what the teacher thought. After school, I asked around again, and finally, someone told me the truth. The previous year, a student had gone missing from the same classroom, and the last person seen with him was that same boy. Hearing that made me feel sick. The next day, he didn't show up to class, and the teacher said he was absent. I felt relieved, thinking maybe it was over. But that night around 2 a.m., I received a message from an unknown number, saying that changing my seat wouldn't save me. My heart dropped. Then another message came, telling me to look outside. When I slowly pulled my curtain aside, I saw him standing across the street in his school uniform, staring directly at my window with a smile on his face. The next morning, I went to school early and told the principal everything. He listened carefully and then said something that made my blood run cold. He told me that what I was saying wasn't possible because that student had died the previous year. I felt frozen as I slowly turned toward my classroom. When I looked inside, I saw him sitting in the back corner, in the same seat, staring straight at me and smiling.